generator which was giving it electricity.
Eileen and Steve, I'm going to ask you to hold on in Moscow. We're going to go now to Mogadishu, Somalia, where there is a news story unfolding of a very different kind, a U.S. soldier apparently taken prisoner or hostage. We're joined on the line by Paul Watson, a reporter for the Toronto Star, one of the few remaining journalists still in Mogadishu. What can you tell us?
I can tell you that we're being told by Somalis that they have at least one American prisoner, perhaps two. I have seen with my own eyes, however, dead American soldiers being dragged through the streets of Mogadishu near where the fighting was concentrated last night and early into this morning.
Can you tell us about the fighting?
The fighting was intense. It's certainly the heaviest that's occurred while UN and U.S. troops have been here, and it's probably the heaviest in many months. The fighting involved hundreds of UN soldiers and U.S. helicopter gunships. There were at least 2 U.S. helicopters confirmed shot down. I've seen one of them. It's a site where there are probably a couple of hundred Somalis gathered around, picking through the wreckage and hammering at what's left of the Black Hawk helicopter.
And where are UN forces now? Are there any UN or U.S. troops in evidence in the streets?
There are none in evidence in the area where the fighting was concentrated last night. They have retreated for the moment, at least.
And is there any word from the forces of Mohammed Farah Aidid, the warlord that U.S. and UN forces have targeted for so much of what they feel is the hostile activity against them?
They're telling us that at least one senior SNA official was killed in the attack on what was apparently a meeting of SNA officials. We're also told that a man by the name of Mohammed Awale, who is known to television viewers who followed the Aidid story as his official spokesman, we're told that he was taken alive as a prisoner.
Has there been any word from the Aidid forces or whoever else might be thought to be holding this U.S. soldier? Any attempt to negotiate his release?
Nothing from anyone that could be called a trusted official source. One has to understand, with most of these people on the run and in hiding, there isn't anyone we can go to very easily to find out what's going on at the top. The people who are telling us that they have hostages are simply Somalis in the lower ranks.
What about U.S. or UN officials there? What are they saying?
They're saying that it's possible that prisoners have been taken. They haven't described the full extent of UN casualties yet. I saw, for example, 4 UN armored personnel carriers that were all burnt out or on fire, which I'm told by the Somalis belong to Malaysian troops.
Paul Watson of the Toronto Star with the latest from Mogadishu, Somalia, where at least one U.S. soldier is said, we don't have it confirmed, but is said to have been taken as a prisoner by the warlord Mohammed Farah Aidid's forces there. It is believed. I want to restate that. We don't know if this soldier has been taken, and frankly, we do not know right now who would be holding him if indeed he has been taken. Our coverage of this story and the events unfolding in Moscow will continue right after this.